Hey guys, well aren't you glad we got to skip a week of practice sheets? So we skipped week 15 and we are going to work on 16 today. So guys, we're kind of into the new year, so I'm hoping some of us can really start improving on our practice sheets. Let's get them turned in on time, make sure we're watching our videos. If you're at home, send me emails. If you want me to check a problem for you, I am more than happy to do that, okay? So please just make sure you are showing work on your own paper and uploading a copy of your work. I need to make sure I see your multiplication and your division and fractions, okay? So today, I'm thinking I might even do maybe an extra problem. We'll see how I'm feeling here. So, let's start with number 1, and hopefully remember, we draw our lines so that we see two sides of our inequality. Please make sure when we do an inequality that we actually use the inequality sign, that we don't use an equal sign. Okay, so remember, half of your problem comes from here, half of it comes from here. Okay, so make sure you are graphing your inequality, which will then help you with number 2. Okay, so most of us, I think we're good with the first step, which is find our variable. It's over here. What's next to it is plus 7. To get rid of plus 7, we do minus 7. Now, when we do minus 7, we want to make sure we line it up correctly. Okay? So that decimal, if you don't see it, it's at the end. Okay? You don't have to put that if you know it, but I want to make sure everybody here understands that we want to make sure the 2 and the 7, these are in the 1's place. Okay? So we know that. Crosses out. Don't forget to pull down the negative next to the 4. And then you subtract that. I could do it right there. I don't know why I'm doing it to the side. This subtracts fine. I can't do that. That becomes a 12, right? That becomes a 1. 12 take away 7 is 5, and then 1. And then I'm going to just double check my sign here. So it's 22, like normal subtraction here, so we're good. Okay, so the next thing is a number next to a letter means a multiply. To get rid of a multiply, we divide, and remember we divide by whatever we see in front of the letter, which is a negative 4, so that's what I'm going to be dividing by. So I'm going to stop a second, make sure you're caught up with me. And we know most of us are good here, but it's been a few weeks. Do you remember that if you divide by a negative, that you flip the symbol? If not, let's put that back in our brain. When you divide by a negative, you flip the symbol, okay? And then this part is triangle because it's division, so I want to go in and take care of that. So I have a positive and a negative, which gives me a negative. Okay, so now I'm done dealing with the signs, which is a good thing, and I'm going to divide. This is the beautiful work over here to the side, guys, that I want to see. Now, if you don't know your 4's, you list them. 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 4 is 12, plus 4 is 16. Right now that's far enough for me. So 4 won't go into 1. This is just helping me keep my place values lined up. 4 into 15, 1, 2, 3, 12, 3. And I'm going to put my decimal here. I probably should have done that first because I didn't have to move it. Bring down the 6. It's 4 into 36. I know what it is, but if we don't know, list it. You have no idea how happy I am when y'all do this kind of stuff. Okay, because I know you're trying it by yourself. Okay, or at least in this case with the video, which is fine also. 4 into 36. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And nothing left, right? I'm going to put this 3.9 right here next to what I already wrote so that I don't forget that it's actually negative, okay? So remember, I'm also going to look here. Do you remember how many numbers we put on our number line? Usually 5. In this case, I may do 4, and that's because of a decimal. Okay, 5 is also fine. I'm really actually going to label a 5th point either way. Now, this is what's been catching some of us. Remember, I told you that if you get confused, just make yourself a little tiny number line. So if this is 0, -1, -2, notice what's happening to the numbers, okay? It gets more negative to the left, so that's kind of what's going to happen here. So I'm going to put 0, -1, -2, -3, -4. Kind of did this a little off. I normally do it a little different, but my brain not functioning perfectly these days. Okay, so -3.9, guys, remember that means that's going to be really close to -4, okay? So I'm just going to put a little mark here just to indicate that I'm trying to get it close but not on the -4. And I'm going to leave it open. Does that sound familiar? We don't color it in because it cannot equal -3.9 because there's not the line, okay? Remember, if it's like this or like this, we leave it opened. If it's like this or like this, we close it when it can be equal to, okay? So, and we are going to shade to the right. X is greater than. So remember we talked about that. It kind of looks like it's pointing to the right as long as the variable is on the left side, okay? This is what I need your number lines to look like, guys. I need a defined dot, open or closed. I need it shaded so that I can tell. And I need more than one number. I need really 5 numbers, okay? At least 4, at least, okay? So the one thing I'm going to do here, I'm not going to answer this one for you, but I will tell you, because we already talked about it, -3.9 is not a solution, okay, because there's not the equal sign, okay, so it's anything that is above -3.9, okay? So I'll let you finish number 2 if you want to take a second. So guys, I still have a few of you messing up number 3. I do not want to do all of number 3, but remember, it's just division. 38 divided by 7. You're going to get a whole number here, right? And then you subtract, and whatever you get goes on top. And your denominator is a 7, okay? So I should see 3 numbers on this answer. I should see whole number, numerator, denominator, okay? If you need to write your 7s out, please do that. It will make me very happy. Okay, number 4. I'm going to let you do this, but I am going to start it for you. It says it costs $27 to buy 6 magazines. What is the unit cost? Remember we talked about unit rate, unit price, okay? So that's cost in this case per magazine. So all we're doing, cost per magazine, guys. So, and you have room right here. You're going to divide it. Cost, and I'm going to go ahead and put this here. Cost per magazine. And then all you need to do is once you divide it, fill your number in. And I know it's kind of weird because I'll have the dollar sign on the wrong side, but I don't really care. I just want to make sure that we have our units, okay? So your job is to divide 27 by 6, and if you really want to make me happy, you'll have, it'll be like a dollar sign, like, it'll be 3 digits. It'll be whole number, decimal, 2 place values. Now, if you don't have the 2 place values or whatever, that's fine, but it really should be like, I'm just making up a random number, like $1.52. You wouldn't put 1.5, right? Because that's how we say money. We say $1.50. So let's try to divide that and do that one for us. Okay. Last problem for this video. Actually, I'm going to go and stop, and I'll do that on the next video.